Hi, it's Caitlin and I'm here with a Rogue lacquer swatch video for you, and it is putting me in the mood for Halloween. These polishes will be available on the Rogue Lacquer website today, and if they're not available right now, they'll be available later in the day. I will include the details down in the description. I've got the Halloween 2023 polishes as well as their new Halloween inspired Imagineering quad. And launching at the same time will be the Halloween Advent Calendar, which is always fun. Who doesn't love an Advent Calendar? I don't have any spoilers for those, but they are sure to be beautiful. I'm very excited to show these off, so let's get into it. Let's jump in with the Frightfully Fun Imagineering collection. And this is a classic creamy take on flake combos with a Halloween vibe. And the first polish I'm showing you is Halloween Screams, which is a blood orange base with magenta and black metallic flakes. So this one has a really nice formula. It's really easy to work with, and it does start out very sheer, but it builds up very quickly with a second coat. And in 2 coats, it maintains that squishy jelly look, in my opinion. But I recognize some people might need to build it up in 3, but I was really happy with it in 2. And I think that this base color is actually quite unique. It's not really a coral. It definitely gives blood orange vibes and makes me want citrus. So you will want a glossy top coat or matte depending on your preferred look with flakes, but it does have a tiny bit of texture, which is smoothed out with top coat. And as you can see here, it's just a really pretty combination, and it's sort of a different take on the orange and black. It's giving a little twist on that, and I think it's really pretty. I like the way the flakes shift around, and I really love the formula on this one. Next up is I Put a Spell on You, and this one is a creamy forest green with orange glass and black metallic flakes. So this one, to me, is reading a tiny bit more teal than what I would consider a forest green, but I don't really care what you call it because I think it's beautiful. And I love, love, love the formula on this one. I love the combination of the base color with those glass flakes because they really appear quite orange and fiery, which is very appropriate for Halloween and the fall season. And this one, as you can see, I went a little thinner on my index finger. It makes a lighter appearance of the polish, but if you go in a little heavier with that second coat, as you can see on my middle finger, it appears darker. And I kind of like it both ways. So again, it has a tiny bit of texture from the flakes, but they smooth out with a glossy top coat. And here you're going to get a sense of the shift in those flakes. They're really fiery at an extreme angle. They turn a little green. And this one is definitely one of my top picks. I really, really love that base color, and I love the way the flakes look against it. Next up is Spellbinding Thrills, and this one is described as a stone gray crelly with orange, purple, and magenta glass flakes, as well as black metallic flakes. And this one is really, really, really pretty. So it definitely starts out sheer, and you will probably need to build this one up in 3 coats, or you could layer it over something else, like maybe a light gray, because you don't want to lose the black flake, so you wouldn't want to layer it over a black polish. But if you did, you would get those flakes really popping, so you can choose how you want to wear it, but I'm going to show it built up in 3 to give you a sense of how opaque it gets. And when it comes to these Rogue Lacquer Flake Bombs, my tip for you would be patience. Just build the polish up and try not to rush it. So do 4 coats if you need to, but work thinly because you don't want chunky, thick, flake traffic jams on your nails. So it's better to go slow and build it up in thin coats, and that will give you a very even finish. So as you can see, this one has the squishiness still. It's really, really pretty, especially when you apply a glossy top coat. I love the color combination of the glass flakes in this one. And this one is very Halloween-y. It's making me think of Hocus Pocus in particular. Maybe it's the color of the Sanderson sisters' dresses. I don't know, but it's just very Halloween-y to me. And I really, really like this one as well. Last but not least, from the Imagineering quad, we have Ghoulish Greetings, and this one is a ghostly, cool-toned purple with green, teal glass flakes and black metallic flakes. So this one is absolutely beautiful as well. I mean, how do you not fall in love with all of these polishes? If you're a fan of flakes, honestly, no one does it better than Rogue Lacquer. And this one is screaming Halloween. I love the base color combination with the black flakes and of course those glass flakes. They're just really, really pretty. So this one you might get away with it in 2 coats like I did, but you could potentially need 3 coats. Do what you want with it. And this one I think is going to look fantastic with a glossy top coat. More so than a matte. Certain colors just work better matte versus glossy to me. This one definitely is glossy. And here it is. You can see that those flakes really glow beautifully in the different lighting. They're kind of blue at extreme angles and green. And I just love the shade of purple. I feel like it's the quintessential Halloween shade of purple. And this one is just so much fun. And apologies for all the sirens. It is chaos out there. Next up, we have the Halloween 2023 collection. And this one, first up, we have Wicked. And it is a black chartreuse, purple, and teal metallic flake bomb. And this one is so much fun. It has a really, really good formula for a flake bomb. I think it's because the flakes are on the smaller side. And again, be patient, build this one up in thinner coats to get the best coverage. And if you're seeing if you're seeing your nail line visible through the polish, then go in and just dab on a few extra flakes in those bald spots rather than putting on a whole additional coat on top. You can just sort of do like little touch-ups like you saw me do there. And I was happy with the coverage of this in the 2 coats. So I'm applying a glossy top coat to it. You can see it definitely has texture, but it is not difficult to remove. You are going to get flakes sticking into your cuticles when you go to remove your polish if you don't use a peel-off base coat, but it's not difficult to remove like a glitter bomb. Flake bombs are a little more forgiving. And here you can see the Halloween-y colors. The purple is there, the green is there, the black is there, and the gold just adds really pretty sparkle. This one's another very fun polish. Moving along, we have Feeling Pumpkin Spicy, which is such a great name. I love that one. And I'm just in a foul mood today in particular, so I personally am feeling pumpkin spicy. So this one is an orange glass flake bomb with purple and black flakes. And again, similar to the last one, go in with thinner coats and build it up by going in and sort of tapping in flakes where you want extra coverage. And I am going to show you 2 different ways you can do it. So on my index, I left it relatively sparse. And then on my middle finger, I went in with a second, slightly thicker coat. Again, not globs of polish, but slightly thicker. And you can just see the difference in the effect. So my index is very, very thin 2 coats. And then my middle finger was a thinner coat and a slightly thicker coat, which definitely gave fuller coverage. This one, I do think I should have used a matte top coat. I just think it would have been beautiful with a matte top coat, but I still love it glossy. I love the colors in here. It's definitely making me crave pumpkin spice. I highly recommend the iced chai tea latte with pumpkin spice foam. It's in Canada. I don't know if they have it on US menus at Starbucks, but it is so good. It's like a milkshake. It is delicious. Next up, we have Fright This Way, which is a red to gold copper ultra chrome chameleon flaky balm with aqua blue glass and black metallic flakes. This one, when I saw it in the bottle, I fell in love with it and I loved it on my nail. So this is another favorite of mine. I actually really like it in just one coat on the nail. I really, really like it. But if you want to build it up, that's what I'm going to show, how it looks when it's built up. This actually reminds me of like a Halloween version of, I can't remember. It's something like Chaos, Rainbow Chaos. I don't remember. It's a Rogue Lacquer. Pretty sure it's part of their Imagineering series, and it's one of my favorite polishes of all time. And this one, I feel, is giving similar kind of look, but different colored flakes. So this one, people might not like it over a bare nail because it does take a bit of patience to build it up and get coverage. So you could layer it over something, but if you want to build it up on its own, be patient, fill in where you've missed, and you will have just such a satisfying finish when you actually do build it up, because this one is absolutely stunning, as you're going to see shortly if you aren't currently convinced by how it looks. And of course, this does dry down with texture from the flakes. So I do think this one would look really good matte, but I'm going to show it glossy just because I'm glossified all of them and it would have bothered me to have one matte. So here it is, and honestly, I love the way those colors come alive with the top coat. And I just love the colors in this one. Like, I just think it's so fun. I think it's a particular shade of blue in here that is making me love it so much. And yeah, it's just a really fun flake balm. It looks particularly amazing out of direct lighting, as you can see here, which is probably how it would look mattified. So definitely consider throwing a matte top coat on this one. And last but not least, we have Toil and Trouble, which is a sapphire hollow glitter balm with purple magenta glass flakes and black metallic flakes. So I love when Rogue Lacquer gives us a polish with some hollow glitter in it, because I love hollow glitter. I know it can be a pain in the butt to remove, but it's just so sparkly and fun. And these are sapphire hollow glitter, which I love sapphire. So this polish will be more difficult to remove than all the other ones because of the glitter, but use a peel off base coat if you hate glitter removal. And this one will also take a bit of patience to build up because there's a lot going on in there, but do as I'm doing on the video here, where go in with one good thin coat and then dab on in areas where there might be little like bald spots, and you will get to coverage eventually. Just don't go in with really thick coats, because you're going to end up with a very thick manicure that will not dry. And also, you could layer this over a sapphire or a blue or a blurple shade if you didn't want to try building it up on its own. You could definitely even do a glitter sandwich with this. I think that would be so pretty. This one does dry down with texture, definitely because of the flakes as well as the hollow glitter. So use a good glossy top coat. I'm using Cuticula Limitless top coat, which is my favorite, and you can just see how beautiful this one is. It's very dimensional with those hollow glitters in particular, and I find this one to be incredibly beautiful. I love this color, and I love the sparkle you get from the hollow, and of course all of those different flakes make it super interesting. I will definitely layer this over a cream or jelly next time. I just want to see how it will look that way, because I do love it, but there were like little inconsistencies that you might catch there that kind of bothered me. So hopefully layering it would take care of that, but look at the shift in those flakes. I tried to narrow it down to one polish per set, and from the Frightfully Fun Imagineering set, I think I Put a Spell on You is really beautiful. I think that the shade of the base is quite unique and the formula is fantastic. It's beautiful. I love that one. And from the Halloween 2023 collection, I loved Fright This Way. I just love blues right now, and that one is just so pretty and complex. That's everything for me for now. I'm sure you'll see me again soon, and I hope you're having a great day wherever you are. Bye.